Well, this is basically a follow-up to the nylon upper control arm bushings that I've been working on for the Dogbone here. And I figured I'll record it while I test it. I have no clue if it's going to work or not, but I went down to a local car parts store and picked this up. And it comes as a pair. I've got the other one upstairs so that I can take measurements of it, draw it out in CAD. But it's really close. I mean, if you look here, it's a hair bigger than my biggest point, which is good. In fact, actually, let's take some measurements. Now, this already has an inside that's listed as 0.625, 5/8. So I still have to deal with the sleeve and stuff like that, but I can make the sleeve. So the length's a little on the short side, but it sticks out on both sides. This is 1.41 basically, and this is 1.4, 5.5, 55. That's good. The major diameter here, 1.15, and I've got 1.065, so 90 thou bigger. I kind of like that. The question is how much squish does that put on? What's it do to the sleeve? Can I still get a sleeve in it? And then the minor. Let's see what the minor is. The minor is 1.037, and I've got that as 0.942. Okay, so this is slightly big all the way around, diameter-wise. But, oh, you know, it reaches its peak a little early there too. But what I'm really after is this V. I want this V to register in the crown in here, you know. And if it's nice and tight and that stuff, that's fine, because that'll help keep it from going side to side. And then I'm expecting the sleeve to be clamped to the A-arms and be lubed up and it do the spinning in here. That way the urethane doesn't have to do the spinning. What the heck? Let's lube it up. I got the bigger container of this to fall back on. This is ugh. This is a good reason to wear gloves. And since I'm expecting to pull it back out, that's why I plan on gooping up a good bit of it. So I want to make sure that this first half is lubed up nice with the entry point and everything. I'll get some on the back there too. Why not? And then let's make sure that this is all goobered up. Man, that's some really heavy, sticky grease. See if it works. Oh my God! Okay, now, it did the job beautifully of fitting in there. It's pretty much right in the middle. It needs to be 1 3/4 inches. And this is 1 inch, 1.575, pretty much. Okay. So I've got just shy of 200 thou to go. So I'm kind of thinking I could make the sleeve, the 1.75. The upper control arm could be adjusted in to touch the urethane, but what I'm kind of thinking is putting Delrin washers in here. You know, the sleeve will clamp hard to the A-arms on either side, and then the Delrin bushing in there will basically be to keep this centered between the arm ends and allow a bit of a bearing surface. It'll be slick on the metal, so it'll either slide on the metal or it'll slide on the urethane. Oh, that definitely tightened up the center hole. It definitely pinched that down in the center there. I mean, there's hardly any room there now with the for the 1/2-inch bolt, which is what it takes. So now the question is can the sleeve be pushed in, or can the two be pushed in together? I was going to make the sleeve out of this because it just fit in before. So I guess I could cut a hunk of this, taper the end, and see if I can goop it up and push it in. And then part of the question is getting it back apart. Let's try that. I don't have much time left, but let's try that real quick. Okay, I cut it to 175. Certainly close enough. It's solid true, and I'll have to do this again when I drill one out to fit a 1/2-inch bolt. So we'll put some goop there. I hit the lead edge with the Scotch-Brite wheel, basically to polish it. Ooh, see it pushing that out. Okay, so it expanded the first end here. I'm still not through the other side, so now it's bottom out. Okay, so the next challenge would be keeping it centered. That ought to be, oh yeah, that's getting real close. Okay, that's pretty much centered. Now what I'm curious about is, and I didn't put a ton of lube on it, mainly I put it on the front, I wasn't thinking. So, the steel's not moving, but the bushing is moving in the Dogbone. But that's so friggin' close. But that looks promising. At least to me. Of course, you know, the nylon ones looked rather promising too, so we'll see what people think of this. Now, keep in mind here, you know, this, I don't know what this bar is, you know, but I could turn down the outside a little bit. I may look into taking the bushing and skimming the shape of the bushing to more closely match. You know, but this gets me really close, and I don't think these were all that much. With the squish, which would be lessened if I remachine the bushing, reshape it or anything like that, but with the squish, the bushing is now at 1.7, okay, and the bar is at 1.76, needs to be 1.75. I whipped it out real quick, so I'm not surprised it's off a little bit. So then my thought is that represents the collar. Instead of trying to put washers in on each side, I leave the lube on the urethane, and I could shorten that sleeve, you know, 50 thou, and get it basically to where it's right on the bushing. I can still put 2 thin washers in, but they're going to be pretty thin. The fact that it's an off-the-shelf item and is so close, yeah, interesting. Interesting. All right, well, that's it for today.